everybody, my name is Lee. I have been watching YouTube videos for years and years and years, and I've always thought about starting my own channel, but I didn't really know which avenue I would start with. But my favorite videos to watch are typically Get Ready With Me's, and additionally so, I really love indie makeup. I love bright, beautiful colors. I love glitter. I love shimmer. So I figured that when is better to start than today, and just bear with me as I try to navigate how to even start doing something like this. And I think that I'll just kind of like give it a go and we'll see how we do. So I'm going to use a couple of things that I typically use on my day-to-day that I really enjoy. And then when we get to the eyeshadow, I have a particular palette that I've been using a lot lately, and we can go from there. So the first things first, I already have moisturizer on, but I am going to do my sunscreen. This is the current sunscreen that I'm using. I try to use at least SPF 50, but especially in upstate New York right now, we are getting blasted with some pretty warm weather. So that being said, I try to use anywhere from SPF 100 or 50 to higher, and I've been really enjoying this particular sunscreen. It wears really well on my skin. It doesn't affect the makeup that I put on over it. And I know that my skin will be really well protected throughout the course of the day. Sorry. And, you know, I've been watching these videos for decades. I love makeup. I love it so much. And I am a little bit nervous, being that I'm doing it for the first time today. But there's never a better time to start than today, right? So that being said, I make sure that I get that all over my face and my neck, and then I add it to the back of my hands. My mom always used to tell me that hands were one of the first things on your body that started showing signs of aging. So whatever skincare I usually do on my face and my neck, I will do it on my hands as well. So while I am waiting for that to sit, currently I'm really liking the Super Fluff by Maybelline, and it is in 260 Deep Brown. I don't really go crazy on my brows. I definitely like to fill them in a little bit and kind of fluff them out, but I do the same thing that I've done for years. So again, bear with me as this is my first video. I'm sure that it's going to take me a little bit of time to figure out where I want to be, like even just logistically in my office, what I want to do for my background, because I see, you know, all these people that have fantastic backgrounds and know exactly where they want to keep everything. And I just kind of have to figure all that out. But I am not a professional makeup artist. I have never claimed to be one. I really just love makeup, and I love pretty things, and I especially, like I said, love colorful, sparkly things. So that will probably be where my videos start. The foundation that I'm using, I know that a lot of people really love it. It's the Maybelline 30 Hour. I'm in 125, and I love this stuff. My skin is still pretty oily for being a 43-year-old woman. but this stuff typically stays quite a bit. This stuff pretty much sticks to my skin very, very well. And I'm using my camera as a mirror. I'm not sure I love that. Let's see if I can change that up a little bit. No, I don't like that either. But we'll continue on. I know this looks really yellow on me. I have to figure out lighting. I do have a light right in front of me, but I have some windows in this room, and my vanity is actually right to the left of me, and that has lights on it as well. So I just kind of need to figure out how to get the correct lighting so that this looks more appropriate and more realistic. But I love this foundation so much. I don't typically spend tons of money on foundation, only because there are a couple foundations at the drugstore that I really, really love. So yeah, like I said, this foundation might not look 100% correct on the screen, but just bear with me as I try to get my wits about me and figure out how the heck one even starts to film videos. And I'm hoping that as I continue, I'll get more into the swing of things. Okay, so next, I have been loving the Morphe Cloud Light. I have so much makeup, it's disgusting. But I hit pan on this, which tells me a lot because I just have so much makeup that I can't go through. And I really, really like this powder to set my whole face. Like I said, very relatively oily skin, especially through my T-zone. But this powder is light enough where I don't feel like it's suffocating my skin. It doesn't give me like dry, patchy grossness. And kind of still lets my skin show through the powder. It looks like I'm putting a lot on, but I do a very, very light covering. I might hit my T-zone just a bit more to have it really set. But this is the Soft Glow Veil, I should say, and it's in the color Sunrise. It's neat because it kind of has like a marbling to it. It's got yellow and like a darker brown, a more cream color. And I like the effect that it gives on my skin. Like I said, it sets it down enough so that I don't have to really worry about it moving. And I really, really like it. Next, bronzers are my jam. I love bronzer. I love the effect that it gives to the skin, especially in the summertime. One that I am currently using right now is the Newer Bronze Booster by Physicians Formula. And I love this BK Beauty 102 brush. I know I see a lot of people using it. And I just bronze the outer areas of my face. Oh, that looks like I put a lot on. So we're gonna have to blend that in. And like I said, I just do the exterior part of my face. I will run it over my eyelids just to warm that up a little bit too. And I will do my cheeks. and then down my neck, just to kind of warm that up. And it gives my jawline a little bit more definition too. And if I feel like I've gone a bit bonkers, I just take my powder brush just to kind of blend the edges so I don't look bonkers. Now, again, I don't claim to be a makeup artist. I really, really love YouTube. Like I said, I've been watching it forever. I have a lot of people that I watch pretty regularly, and I'm always looking for new people to enjoy content from. When I say I've been watching it for a long time, I'm talking like 2012, I think, because I started watching it back when my first child was born. So I've been watching it for a long time, and I've always contemplated starting doing videos myself, but I always got in my head and got anxious. And so my husband and I were talking about it, and he was like, just start. You know, the worst that happens is that you post a video and you enjoyed making the video and you don't really get a lot of views. And I'm not really doing this for the views. I'm not doing it for money. I just love the friendships that I've seen built on YouTube. I love I would love to have more people to talk about makeup with. And like I said, I love it all. I particularly love glittery, sparkly, rainbowy things. But I also am down for a neutral look. So anyway, that being said, the blush that I'm going to use today is from MAC. It's one of their extra dimension blushes, and this one is called Faux Sure. It looks very, very like terracotta-y in the pan. It's a little bit rosy when you're actually applying it, and I try to be a little bit cautious with this color, but I do like it a lot, especially in the summertime. It almost kind of gives you a little bit of like a sunburnt look. And that is what I'll do here. This is a brush that is older than I don't even know what. It's from EcoTools. It doesn't even have a number on it. That's how old it is. A little bit on my nose. Again, I sometimes will run this over my eyelid too, just to keep everything kind of feeling blended. And next, for my highlighter, I love Rare Beauty highlighters. You have to be so careful. I dropped one a couple weeks ago and it busted into a million pieces. I was devastated. I tried to pack it into the container. You have to be very careful though. So I'm going to use the color Mesmerize. It's kind of like a really pretty rose gold. And these you do not have to go bonkers with. This can go crazy out of control very quickly. I'm interested to see, like, comparatively. Guys, this is literally just like me kind of figuring out how to, you know, how my makeup is going on based on here versus in my regular mirror. And like I said, I don't even really have a setup yet. But we'll figure all that out, right? So my eyelids are really oily. I do try to use a primer. This Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion is okay. I've used it on and off for years. Um, I really like Too Faced glitter glue, but I don't use that in the beginning for just my matte colors. I feel that sometimes it can be a little bit too tacky, and then my mattes don't really want to lay nicely on my skin. So, that being said, let me grab my bronzer again. I'm just going to throw a little bit of bronzer in my crease. And I feel like this kind of helps to ease blending when I'm actually adding color from, you know, all of my indie palettes that I absolutely love so much. I may or may not, when I'm trying to figure out how I'm editing this video, I might take out some of this blending so that you guys don't have to sit here while I'm quietly figuring out what the heck I'm doing. Okay, so Obsession right now, not a new palette, but Lance of Enchantment, Lemurian Dreams. Absolutely love this palette. And I think what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to go for like more of a teal blue look today. And again, I probably should have had my brushes all picked out, but here we are. So what I'm going to do is go into the palette and I'm going to pick up this Crystal Eclipse color right here. There's a lot of people that I watch where I have kind of gauged what I enjoy, the color schemes like on my eye that I love. I am absolutely a neutral lover as well. But I would say that I am very much a colorful eyeshadow girl. And bear with me because I know that this is going to look absolutely bonkers to start, but it does end up coming together by the time I'm done. I wish I could have some like light music playing in the background just so it's not so devastatingly quiet. All right, so we'll start with that. Ooh, I'm gonna have to learn how to edit so that you guys don't have to be sitting here while I'm looking for brushes. All right, so I think that next I'll go into Divine Essence, which is more of this really beautiful, darker periwinkle color. And I kind of do a similar look, like as far as color placement. I wonder what happens if I turn my lights on. I don't know that that lends itself to showing the actual colors. My actual vanity is to the left of me, but until I figure out where I want to be in my office, it just kind of made sense to have the natural light from the windows as best as I could. Bear with me again. Like I said, not a makeup artist, just a makeup lover. And I try to take my time. This is kind of I love horses, I should say. That's my other absolute obsession. Hence the name for my YouTube channel, Horses and Makeup. But I'm gonna just blend the edges here. I've been trying to learn how to blend more correctly. Yeah, this lighting isn't doing me justice, is it? Well, we'll have to figure that out. It does make my skin look a little bit blotchier than I think that it is. I appreciate you guys for bearing with me as I try to figure some of this stuff out. And I know that it takes time. It takes time to figure out. I'm just adding some Too Faced Shadow Insurance to my lid, the moving lid, so that I can add some glitter on top of this. Yeah, I have to figure out lighting. I mean, I'm literally filming off of my Android phone, which does have a pretty fantastic camera, but definitely not exactly what I'm looking for yet. So just bear with me. I figure even if I start applying makeup and, adding some videos to my channel, at least I will get more comfortable with how to even start this, because I've tried before. I've tried to start videos and then I get anxious and I stop. And I really do. I feel like the beauty community on YouTube is really warm, and people like to talk about makeup, and that's their passion, and that's what I'm looking for. I'm not looking to be an influencer, or anything like that. I just want to have fun with makeup. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to knock that over. And enjoy having conversations about makeup with other people that love makeup too. All right, so I think what I'm going to do is stick with like the teal periwinkle colors. So this Queendom of Stars color is what I'm going to use on the outside portion of my lid, and I'm just going to apply that with my finger across the board. I typically find that using my finger for shimmers gives me the impact. Whoa, mama. And I'm just gonna gently kind of blend the edges of that out. And then I'm going to go into Lemurian Glow right here. I just got my nails done recently, so I'm trying to get used to having extended nails on. As I play with makeup. Oh, that's really pretty. Yep, love that. Might add a little bit more of the lighter color. Just to brighten up the inner eye a little bit more. And I want to just blend that out a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to have to figure out my lighting a bit more because this is making my makeup look a lot heavier than what it actually looks like in person. What I will also do is take that periwinkle color. I'll just kind of drag it along my lower lash line. Just to add some balance. And I think I also, just as like for practice purposes, I'm gonna do a couple of other videos, you know, maybe some of my favorites, just to get an idea of what the heck I'm doing here, because I really genuinely feel like I'm like stuttering, and it's just going to take some getting used to, right? I have to figure things out. I have to figure out how y'all do this and make it look so dang easy, because it's not for me. L'Oreal Extensionist, and it's got to be black. If not black is black. Yeah, black is black. This mascara is fantastic. There's a reason why everyone on YouTube talks about it. And I have a couple mascaras that I really, really, really love. And all of them are drugstore. I will definitely spend money on makeup if I feel like I'm getting better quality. That being said, I don't think that you have to spend $80 on a mascara to get a fantastic mascara. I find this one really just, it volumizes without being clumpy. It lengthens. And I didn't even curl my lashes this morning. Awkward lower lash face. I appreciate you guys bearing with me. I know that if I keep this up and down the road, oh, my blush and bronzer is looking chaotic. I'm hoping that I can keep this up and look back on this first video and be like, girl, it was rocky, but you did it. I need to get a lip liner and lipstick. Hang on a second. Okay. Oh, I feel like I'm all over the place. But that comes with doing something new that you're not comfortable with, right? All right. This is MAC. Sultriness. Just a nice pink. I don't want to go too crazy. Oh God, I love MAC lipsticks. And they taste and smell so good. All right. Well, I like how my eyes look in the video. My skin definitely looks a little blotchy, and I don't love that. But again, I have to figure out like lighting and where I should even be in this office. I know that most people film in front of or close to a window, and I do have 2 windows in this office. Those eyes though. All right now, Milani Make It Last, obsessed. I really like the e.l.f. this one. Oops. I like the e.l.f. Power Grip too. I use this a lot, but right now I'm just going through a Milani Make It Last moment, and I love that too. Okay, so I'm gonna let this dry a little bit. I do have to share. How cute, right? I just got this from Beauty Creations, I think was the website. I am beyond obsessed with horses. Any horses, anything. I've ridden since I was like 10. So when I saw this little My Little Pony mirror, are you kidding me? It's got a little pink bow. It's so cute. And I kind of use it as a fan. All right. So, not terrible. Definitely need to work on lighting. But I appreciate you for watching this video. And I think that I'm also going to add, if I can't figure it out, I don't even know if I introduced myself. My name is Lee, and this is my first video. So I hope that you liked it. It will hopefully get better as I continue to do this and get a little bit more comfortable in front of the camera. I'm just looking for a way to find more people in my life that love makeup and love talking about it. And I think this could be really fun. So that is it for this video. And you might see me in another one talking about maybe some of my favorite things right now. And I appreciate you all for watching. Thank you so much, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.